hello. I didn't see you there. I'm glad you stopped by. We've missed you. We have a lot to go over. And welcome to I Mean I Don't Know.
Yeah. Grab some water.
Grab some water or some tea. Some
hot
wine.
cocoa, something.
Something.
It's the season. It's dark. It's holidays are upon us.
It's midnight, but 7:30.
Midnight, but it's 7:30. Grab a blanket.
Yeah, get comfy cozy.
Yeah, let's chat.
Settle in.
I know this is how we keep opening of we disappear and then we're back. Let's chat. We're
That
like
really
that
is.
toxic relationship that goes and comes back.
We're that text at 10:30 at night. Hey,
how you been?
how you been?
We're everything we complain about. Lack of consistency.
Yep. We're the ones.
You know
that
what?
keep
We're
up.
self-aware.
Yeah, we know our faults. We're completely aware of it. Are we going to do anything about it?
Next year. January is upon us.
You know what? What's our year? 2025 is our year. I'm not even going to count 2024.
We have a lot going on in our lives.
I
it's
pretend
hard.
like I do. I don't. You do, I think.
I think. She goes, I think. It's, it's hard. Sometimes your brain is just not wanting to brain.
Mm-hmm.
We've just had a lot.
Not wanting to think. Not wanting to
think, healing.
Healing.
A lot of things.
A lot of things. Crying it out.
Crying it out.
Just a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot going on.
It's been a month.
Yes, but welcome back, gang.
We're here.
Welcome to another episode, our 50th episode.
Yay!
Of I Mean I Don't Know, with the best hosts, obviously.
Yeah.
You know that. Myself, Jackie.
And Sana.
Oh my gosh, 50 episodes.
That's wild.
It is pretty wild if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
feel
should
like
have
that
happened a long time ago if we were... No, I'm going to stop talking about it.
really should have. You know what? Yeah, stop bringing it up.
You guys didn't even notice.
Yeah.
You guys are busy doing holiday cheer, probably caroling at...
It's November. What's wrong with you? Who's caroling in November? Knock, knock. What is there, like... I don't know, like...
You just never know.
Songs about turkeys, you little weirdo. No, you never know. Welcome back, everyone. We're so excited to be here. Yeah, episode
Hope you're well.
50. Yeah, hope you're all well, doing healthy, and, no, there's just been so much.
Please excuse our appearance again.
Oh, God, yes.
Mondays are just no longer good for me because I have to train, and when I teach Versa, I have to work out.
Yeah.
So, and then I come straight here. So I'm a sweaty mess by the time I get here. And Jackie joined me at my 5:30 class. So we were both sweaty messes.
Yes.
Before we came here. We ate dinner really quick.
Yeah.
And now we're here. So please, I don't need anybody to be like saying anything. I just don't need it right now.
Nobody point out.
I'm hanging by a thread.
Yes. I am hanging very loosely by a thread.
Yeah.
And so
tell us we're beautiful.
Yeah, if you could just validate me somehow.
You look even better this way.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, natural totally works for you. The bags under your eyes, they're not that dark, you look like a little smoky action. I don't know. Yeah.
Love the slicked back hair.
Yeah, love that your eyebrows don't match.
When I went to the studio, my hair was completely straight. And it is no longer just about the amount of sweat, so...
Yeah, my hair was looking kind of cute and like a little pony. And it's not anymore. But you know what? It's fine.
You know what? We're taking care of our body.
Yes, you know what? I am taking care of my body and my mind. So no one come at us. That's all we have to say about that.
That's all we have to say.
But anyway, let's get into it. I think we have kind of a fun topic today. But before we get into that, kind of weekend life recap, I would say.
Yeah.
Weekend? What'd you get up to this weekend, Sana?
I did hang out with my cousins on Friday. We went out to Santa Monica and had like a little wine night. That was really fun. Jackie came over.
I did.
So I'm moving to Long Beach.
So exciting, everyone. No. Let's touch on this for just a second. Because this is exciting. This is the first time Sana is moving out.
Yes.
Moving to the Long Beach area.
Yes. I stayed home for college.
Yes.
I did go to college. People don't worry. I stayed local. And me and my mom are very close. And for a long time, it was just me and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a her and I thing.
It was a sitcom of Anita and Sana.
Yeah, it was vibing. But
Yeah.
now we're moving to Long Beach. It's a beautiful building.
Gorgeous.
So me and Jackie were preparing for the movage next month.
Yes.
So we went through my whole closet. We got rid of like 3 trash bags full of clothes.
Yeah.
So we did a little cleanse, closet detox.
Yeah.
A purge. Whatever you want to name it.
I will say at the end of it, I even felt lighter.
I felt like I lost 50 pounds.
Yeah. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah. It was like 2 giant bags full of clothes and shoes, and then 1 giant bag of just trash.
No, it was 2 of clothes, 1 of shoes, and 1 trash.
That's right. You're right. It was a lot. It was a lot. But it was great though.
It was great.
So we're not going to be moving trash.
We're not moving trash. We're going to be ready. We're going to be organized. We're ahead of the game. And then Sunday was Diwali, so I celebrated with my family. I did have a brunch for Christine's birthday. Prior to that, Christine, friend of the pod. Christine also got engaged.
Yay! Christine
Happy
got
engagement, Christine. I know she's one of our listeners.
She is. We're so excited for her.
Beautiful engagement in Spain.
So sweet.
Gorgeous ring.
Yeah, gorgeous ring. Just beautiful. It's amazing. We are so happy for her and Pierre.
We can't wait for the wedding.
Yes. So happy for both of them.
So I saw her on Sunday, had a family party Sunday night. I was in Tennessee recently.
Yeah, you went to Nashville.
Yeah, I went to Nashville. I went to a wedding. Had a great time in Nashville. First time I felt like a minority in a long time in the U.S. They only see 2 colors there, and brown is not one of them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's not.
To the point where I was like, you know what? Let me see what the Hinge Nashville guys look like. Gorgeous, by the way.
Oh yeah, you got some cowboys out there.
Oh, gorgeous. Every guy I matched with almost was like, so what are you in town for? How long are you here? And I'm like, what makes you assume that I'm just visiting, visiting? They're like, because none of the girls look like that. They're like, everyone's blonde and blue eyes. Like they don't look like this here.
Yeah. You have a very exotic look when you're in Nashville.
So that was fun. I had a great time there. What else? I'll give you a short life update, I guess. If you watched 2 episodes ago, me and my male friend are no longer talking. So we ended things a month ago.
About a month ago. Yes.
So just going through that, all of those things.
The emotions, the roller coaster.
We're feeling good now.
Saltiness.
The saltiness. There's still a level.
Still a little bit.
That'll take time.
You know what? It does. It does, though.
Yeah.
Like, for real, it does. Even though, like, sometimes they hurt more than a breakup. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. But, yeah, it'll take a little bit of time.
Yeah, so it's been a month, so we're fine.
We're back on Hinge.
We literally got back on Hinge, as I just said recently. Not recently, like 2 seconds ago. I've been on 2-3 dates. Maybe we'll explore that a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it, Working at the studio still, And yeah. How about you?
Well, let's see. I had a little bit of a 4-day weekend, which was nice.
You did.
I was off Thursday, Friday, and so it did throw me off a little bit. I will say this time change has thrown me off.
Same.
It's just, I can't. I don't know what's happening. It's not happening. I can't get into the groove.
You came to my house on Saturday. We were watching the David Beckham documentary, and I was already falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
I fell asleep a few times.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And it was like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's rough. So anyway, so my days were kind of thrown off, but it was nice to have a little bit of a break. I have a very busy month with work. I've just got a lot of things that I have to get done. So, and then with like Thanksgiving coming up and I host. Anyway, it's just kind of a mess. But So kind of just got some stuff done, ran some errands. I assembled a new piece of furniture, which like I really, really enjoy.
I love doing that too.
Oh, so fun. So satisfying.
Something about it.
I sold a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace. So that was nice. Like made a little cash. And definitely little. But anyway, and then helped you on Saturday purge, go through some things. I got to go through some of Sana's old photos, which is great.
She had a good time with that.
I had a great time with that, and we might throw one up because I did take a picture of one in honor of Veterans Day.
Kind of late, but all right.
But yeah, we might. I'll hand it over to you, Caesar, and you can toss it up. the true American.
The true American.
The true American. But yeah, and then Sunday, church, family. Again, I had sold something on Facebook Marketplace and then just kind of like took it easy type of thing. Again, wanting to fall asleep at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm really
this is a lot for me right now.
Yeah. So right now I'm just kind of trying to basically like what else? Like make it to about like a reasonable time to go to bed, like an 8:39. Like once it hits 8:45, I'm like, okay, I can take my melatonin gummy and go to bed and not feel like
no, it's
in
disgusting.
kindergarten.
Yeah.
Like, it's really sad. But anyway, and then I too have gotten back on Hinge.
Wow.
I hate
like,
it.
You know what? It's been like one day for her and she's complaining.
Okay, here's my thing. I will be very, very honest. I was literally on there for an hour and I was like, I'm over this.
You have to get through the hump. I mean, I'm still climbing over the hump, you know, but
I know.
You got to just push through.
It's rough. It's rough, y'all. You know what? Let me look at this right
rough.
now.
I'm going to be honest, like sometimes I get lazy to meet up with people.
Wow. Almost to the year.
It was this time last.
It was literally this time last year that I went on a date. November 30th of 2022. Why do I feel like that's wrong?
I also do feel like that's wrong.
Oh my God, everyone. It was 2 years ago.
More to come.
2 years. Damn, I did not think that it was 2 years.
Well, you were not trying to do that.
Yeah. I've been in therapy for a year. Yeah, no, it was, and prior to that, I hadn't gone on any dates. I was doing other stupid shit, but not dating. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
I was in a very broken place and it just was not fun. And I just like, honestly, I think like one more like rejection, who knows honestly what have happened. That probably would have sunk me, which is why I stopped. So,
which is good.
Yes, which is good. So like,
we know our limits.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but like, know your limits. High five to anyone who wants to take a break from dating. Like, you know,
it's exhausting. I've made kind of a promise to myself this time that I'm going to see it through and that I'm not going to just be impatient and like go on 1 or 2 dates and give up.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually give it a fair shot because I never do that.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm giving it a fair shot. I'm talking to a variety of people. I'm seeing what's out there, and
I am going to do that as well. I will still listen to myself, and if I feel like I am going down a bad path again, or if this is leading me down a path that I've been there before, like if I see red flags for myself, not in other people, but if I see red flags for myself, then I know I need to stop and maybe take a step back and hop back off and get fortified a little bit more. But I too am trying to give it a fair shot, even though within the first hour I was over it.
No, you kind of have to because I don't know anybody who like on the first date they went or the second date they found the person they're with now.
Right.
I think it takes some time.
It does.
And unfortunately, as we know, there are a lot of guys that are not serious on it.
Yes.
So you got to weed those out.
Very true. Literally, as Sana and I were just about to start recording, I wanted to show her my latest match, which was not great. And the person who popped up as one of my compatibles was literally this dude that I have matched. This is now going to be the third or fourth dating app we have matched on. Not matched, but like found each other on, seen each
Yeah.
other on. He recently reached back out to me. I don't know, a couple months ago after not talking for a year, was like, I'm really like, and honestly, y'all, again, this is part of my fault. I already talked to my therapist about it, so nobody come at me. I shouldn't have answered. I will be very, very honest. I told my therapist I'm upset with myself that I even answered.
Yeah.
I thought I was growing and, type of thing. But I also was kind of like, curious and like, hey, it's been a year. I've been in therapy. I don't know. Maybe something's changed with him because the backstory with this dude is he has he has ghosted me so many times, but then truly keeps coming back, and then I keep giving him chances. Now I understand why I give him chances, which we'll talk about. But so I was a little disappointed that I did, but I did do it in earnest. I will say I was genuine about it because I really was like, I'm in a different place now. Not that I'm a different person, but I've just learned a lot of different things about myself and about dating and how I can function in that space. So I was like, okay, and lo and behold, says, oh, I'm going to be in Orange County. I'd love to take you out. Let's meet at Newport on Tuesday at 7. Didn't pick a place. So that's your first red flag.
Yeah.
And completely ghosted me. So, and then
I don't even get what the reason is to like even say that. If you're not interested in meeting up, like I have such a bone with picks with some of these men. Like if you're not interested in meeting up, why say let's meet up? I didn't ask.
No, that's true. I didn't ask to see him. I didn't say, I wasn't the one who said, oh, I'm so sad that we never got to see each other and blah, blah, blah. Like he was the one who said that. He was like, I really regret not seeing you or not meeting you. And here I am truly being genuine about it, like actually functioning in a better space this time, not talking to him for validation, but really talking to him because I honestly, I'll be very honest, I'm very physically attracted to him. He's very cute. He's 6'4", ladies. Like, I mean, just, and again, he has like the build, like he's like that kind of like that football player build.
I know, but I mean, the fact that he's been on these apps.
Oh yeah, I mean,
He's not ready.
Yes. So, yeah, but I was very proud of myself, everyone, that he ghosted me and I did not reach out.
We are growing.
Yay! We are growing.
Yeah.
I really do want I mean, if you've if you've listened to the pod since the beginning, you all know my journey with this and my beef with getting ghosted. And the things that I've learned in therapy about it, but I was and I told my therapist, I was so proud of myself. I did not reach out. I was just like, no, I am not going to chase you.
Because my answer's there.
Exactly. Well, and we'll talk about this in a little bit because we're kind of going to get into like first date and things of that nature. But with ghosting, I've recognized if I'm starting to reach out, that's a red flag for me. Like that's a red flag in my head for me and my actions. Yes, it is a red flag for them and who they are. But what it's helped me and what my therapist was telling me was like, you need to start disqualifying people. You don't disqualify. You just kind of let everyone in, right? I am not discerning with men.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm now working on in disqualifying men, of having access to me, going on dates or whatever. Like that was the thing that she told me. She's like, you need to start disqualifying people. But they disqualify themselves, right? Like based on their character and actions. So with this dude, he, not reaching out to me, ghosting me again for, it's embarrassing, but God knows what time this is.
So stupid.
And so I did not reach out. I didn't chase. And I'm telling y'all, in the past, it would have. Oh, the last time this happened, which was about 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe a year ago or something. God, this is so embarrassing. I reached out to him via text. I reached out to him on Instagram. I reached out to him on Facebook Messenger. Mind you, I don't use Facebook at all, except to sell things. Facebook Messenger. I got a Google Voice number and reached out via that way. And then I used my friend's phone to call him because I thought he had blocked me because it made no sense. I don't know, the bubble term,
You're
whatever.
like, I tried every avenue.
5. Like, short of sending fucking smoke signals or a carrier pigeon or just fucking showing up at his house. Because do I know his address? Yes, I do. But I did not do that this time.
I'm very proud of you. Now that I didn't
That's
know. Now that you've
growth.
broken it down, that is growth.
That is growth.
That is major growth.
And so I'm very proud of myself. So he has disqualified himself, and I am agreeing with that disqualification.
I too am.
So
we don't need to be doing that's too much.
yep, we pass. We pass.
Pass.
So I have pressed that X on Hinge when he popped up. A la poubelle, in the trash.
Goodbye.
Yes. So anyway, so that's my little, I'm back on Hinge. But I will give it a fair shot. Granted, yes, I've been over it since I unpaused my profile, but we'll give it a shot.
We'll be back for updates.
We'll be back for updates. But speaking of Hinge and dating, kind of brings us into our topic today.
It does.
So I think everyone's probably seen this because it's kind of gone viral.
I mean, Caesar knew this list.
Yes.
And Caesar's not even the dating game.
Yes, these are not even the dating game. Yeah. So that just tells you something. So, why don't you tell the folks, Sana, what we have for them today?
So we have a list of 28 places that you should not take a date for the first date. Or is it right for the first?
Yeah, it's unacceptable to take a woman on a first date.
All right.
This list. It has caused a lot of controversy.
I agree with every one of them, maybe except one or two. And there's one that's really funny on there because number 3, dun 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 dun, Chili's.
Chili's!
And if anybody knows my Chili's story, there's a reason why it's on there. I wholeheartedly agree on that one.
Yeah, it involved a first date and a gift card. And the best salads.
For a vegan, when I was vegan at the time. Yeah, terrible. Never heard those words together.
Yeah. So, so we thought, you know what? Let's talk about the list. Because again, it's caused a lot of stir and a lot of commotion. We got some thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And then we're kind of wanted to talk about kind of the whole premise of a first date.
The process,
the etiquette,
do's and don'ts.
Yeah, do's and don'ts, if you will.
By someone that's been on a good amount.
Must and must nots.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, if you haven't seen it, honestly, you could Google bad first date list and it'll pop up. And so to start off, number 1, Cheesecake Factory.
You know what, though? I agree. But Cheesecake Factory in high school was the spot.
Oh, absolutely.
If you were going to the Cheesecake Factory, it was like, oh, you fancy.
Oh, you fancy. Yeah. Have you seen those memes? It's like, what was the fancy place for your family?
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory.
The birthdays were at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
So like in like high school, like that would be fine.
Oh, yeah.
But now you still can't even do that in high school. But like back in the day, that was like,
oh, that was the spot.
Oh, like where is he taking you? The Cheesecake Factory.
Or like homecoming.
Yeah.
Or winter formal.
Yes.
We're all going to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, that was a thing, but it deserves to be on this list.
Absolutely. Number 2, Applebee's.
I've never even ate at an Applebee's.
I've eaten at an Applebee's once, and I will never go back.
Why are they in business? Who eats there?
Here's my thing. It's not, I have no problem with people, whatever. It's the food. It's so gross.
I mean, when I think of the name, I think of the most basic, bland American food.
Oh, it's so gross. Everything is packaged. Everything. Like, I don't think.
My face, I'm like.
I don't think that there's one thing that's like real food there.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, one of the comments on here was like, Applebee's isn't good for any reason.
It's not.
It shouldn't be considered for anything.
The fact that it's still in business is, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of beyond me. Number 3.
Chili's. We already talked about.
Chili's. Damn. Number 4, Chipotle.
Although I love my Chipotle.
Chipotle is life. No,
your date should not be going to Chipotle. That's something I do when I'm running errands. That's something that I do when I don't want to cook.
Yes.
It's not to have a fine dining experience. Like, do you like go early and like put a reserve sign on one of the tables? Excuse me.
Yeah.
He takes a napkin and like the plastic fork and knife and like sets it up with like a cup of water. Why am I envisioning some guy where he brings like a tablecloth?
I'm just picturing him like one of the Chipotle workers like comes by and he's like, queso for the lady. Oh man.
The fact that it's on this list tells me people have done it, and I'm disgusted.
It's really funny. Chipotle. Also, I don't know about anyone else, but Chipotle like sometimes does not sit well in my stomach. And
It's fine with me.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, I also get the meat, so that's probably why. Also, because it's pretty spicy, and sometimes the
for you,
spicy upsets
like-
my tum.
You guys, I want to just share something really quick. We are backtracking, but I went to a comedy show with Jackie recently, like a month ago, or more, maybe 2 months ago. We went to a comedy show. Okay, so it's a
It's the improv.
It's not a authentic Mexican joint by any means. So we got a guacamole, which was like a pre-packaged guacamole, which just was guacamole and pico de gallo. That is it. She's like, this is spicy. And I'm like, what?
with spicy.
Anyways, we need to do a DNA test. She's not even Mexican. I don't know. It's not making sense.
I've got the hips to prove it. Okay.
Not the taste buds.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Number 5, Olive Garden. You know what though? I love me some damn breadsticks.
No, don't do it.
I mean, not on a date.
I don't even go on. I don't even go.
I'm sorry, breadsticks, a tour of Italy. How could you go wrong?
I don't even go there on the regular. So
the Italian sangria. I mean,
I just have nothing to say.
Soup salad breadsticks, $8.99 for lunch. Anyway,
cheap ass.
not for a first date. 6, the movies.
Well, that's someone who doesn't want to talk to you.
Okay, but I will say, I do enjoy like going to a movie. Then like, let's go to dinner after. Let's grab a drink.
No, I don't think it's a good first date because a first date is about having conversation, kind of getting to know each other.
Very true.
The movies does not allow that.
True, but I think it could offer a source of topic, like you can discuss the movie after or whatever.
You know what?
I wouldn't suggest. I don't.
You're giving our viewers the wrong idea.
I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I hate it.
I do agree with you that a first date should be reserved for an opportunity to talk to one another, get to know one another, just see if, do I want to see this person again? That's it.
Yes.
So yes, if it's strictly the movies, like that doesn't provide you an opportunity to do that. Number 7, your house.
I don't even think we have to say anything about that. That's understood.
We all know what that means.
We all know what that means.
We all know what that means.
Let's go. Move forward.
Number 8. Any fast food chain.
Again, I don't think I need to speak about this. To me, fast food is something I eat at 2 a.m. That is not even something I eat for lunch. That is something it's not the vibe. I have nothing to say. Let's move forward. Let's just join 9 and 10 together.
Yeah. Buffalo Wild Wings and Wingstop.
Okay, 2 things. First of all, obviously, like, are they reserving the table ahead of time? Like, what are they doing? Second of all, that is so messy. I just imagine the nails, the teeth.
The nails, everything. Also, like, I'm sorry, but like I'm not a spicy person. Yeah. So I don't do the buffalo. So I'm always like, the garlic parmesan, please. Like, you don't want to first get after it.
I'm also like thinking, like, who are these men that are taking these women to these places? Like, was it surveyed by like a 14-year-old?
Like, we surveyed 112 to 14-year-olds.
Like, this is not adding up.
It would make sense for 12 to 14-year-olds. And here, and also, nobody come at us right now. We will talk about our feelings about this and why women are saying this.
No, please come at us because I will at you with any of these on this list.
All right, number 11, Red Lobster.
I've never been in one.
Oh my God, really?
What the hell am I going to do in a Red Lobster?
Those Cheddar Bay biscuits. Homegirl.
There's certain joints you won't see me in.
Listen,
that goes in line with me
that was
for
the fancy,
Applebee's.
That was the fancy restaurant growing up for us. This is seafood. So it was like the birthday place. But I do love those Cheddar Bay biscuits, though. I'm not going to lie. Number 12, a buffet.
I just imagine us like both sitting down. I'll be back.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
You know what? I see they just brought out
I'll
some
be right
fresh
back.
chicken tendies. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. You know, the only acceptable one I will take is the Wynn buffet. buffet at the Wynn in Vegas. It's so good. It is so good. It's delicious.
That's like an awkward
but not a first date.
I mean, I don't like going to buffets in general, but like
Oh God, I love a good buffet. But yeah, again, first date, everyone. No.
You know, 13 and 14 we can put together.
IHOP, Denny's.
Those are breakfast
Unless
joints.
it's 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m. Although I do like IHOP pancakes, and that's a very rare occasion for me. But it's not that I have stepped foot in there for a quick pancake.
I love IHOP.
Date?
No, not on a date.
I'd have like Betty like serving me like.
Yeah, I love IHOP pancakes because I love all the syrup options. You can have like boysenberry syrup. I mean, delightful. That with a side of bacon. Bing, bing, boom.
Again, I want to know who's been doing this.
Number 15, the gym.
You know, even me being into fitness, I would not appreciate it.
That would be the worst thing ever, to go to the gym on a first date.
I'm going to add to that because I actually had a guy give me two options to go on a date this week and said, hike or wine. And I obviously picked wine.
Yeah,
but like
wine.
I don't think a hike is a good first date for two reasons, okay? If you're not in shape, you're going to be huffing and puffing up that damn hill. Second of all, like, you could throw me, it's just not safe.
No, absolutely. I'll add a third to that, though. Okay. So, huffing and puffing, or if you're like me, I've puked on a hike.
Yeah.
I don't really know if it was, I guess it was a date. Who the fuck knows? Because we all know who it included. I puked. And then second, 100% it's not safe. I don't know where you're taking me. I don't know. Like, it's different if it's like let's grab a drink and then like walk on the beach type of thing. Like, that's different. But like, on a hike, like, I don't know what you could do. Like, as a woman, I'm not sure.
Yeah, ladies.
And then third, a woman really enjoys looking cute on a first date. I am not interested in having to figure out some cute little hike outfit and then my hair and then makeup. I can't wear makeup also, on a hike. Like, how sweaty am I going to get?
Yeah, to me, low effort. Second of all, like, you don't want to spend money. It's like the cheapest way to like an elevated walk.
See, but I'm not opposed to someone not wanting to spend money.
No, I am opposed because we've talked about this before. Skin in the game.
Yes, but
to me, you wanting to have these quick, fast dates shows me that you are a serial dater.
Maybe. I don't know. I will say, though, in men's defense, there's some shitty ass women out here now.
There's even more shitty ass men.
There are more shitty ass men, but there are some pretty shitty ass women out there that are just like, who cares? Go out, like, use them for dinner.
But I can look at a female's profile and I can tell you what kind of girl she is.
Oh, absolutely. But that's
so then if you, I'm sorry, you're going after the girls again. Sorry, ladies, if you're doing this, but all your body parts out, like, you're telling me like.
Oh, no, totally.
Like,
but
if you look at my Hinge profile, there's not like selfies of me.
Yeah.
It's very wholesome. It's picture with my family. It's a clip from the podcast saying don't be wearing sandals, which has caused controversy. And there is me doing Legree. There's me in Jackson Hole in the snow.
Right.
There's me in Italy. Like,
okay,
but it looks wholesome.
Yes, but also at the same time, it's you as a woman looking at it through a woman's lens.
I know. Okay, funny, because when I went to Tennessee, I was sitting at the bar with this guy, and he lives there. His friend just moved there from California, and we were just chatting it up. They were also on Hinge, and we were talking about it. And then he was like, let me see your profile. So I showed him my profile, and he was like, I like the way your profile is because it shows variety, and it's wholesome. It's not like what these other girls are just like out there. But I think just like men, when I see a guy's profile and it's like shirtless pics, selfies,
totally.
mirror pics, gym pics, like,
or the curated.
I've already put you in a different category.
Right.
So like men should be doing the same thing. Like if you're seeing a girl that looks like she just likes to have fun and is not that serious.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree with that. Men should be a little bit more discerning.
I don't think that's an excuse.
But again, it's not an excuse, but it's one of those things of why it's a reason, right? So again, from our female perspective, like I was just talking about this with a male friend of mine, and we were talking about it because he was saying about how he had dated this girl and she was showing him a picture. She was trying to bait him basically. And she was showing him a picture of some girl who like fake tits, like all these different surgeries. that she could tell is surgeries, but she said like, "Oh, what do you think?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, she's attractive, she's pretty." And then of course she goes into like, "Oh, so you think fake tits are pretty?" And she's had like multiple surgeries, and you can tell she has fillers in her lips, like, and she actually died on the operating table, like some crazy bullshit. And I was telling him, that's baiting you. Like, that is also a woman who is completely insecure. She's trying to find validation. She's trying to hear validation from you. And so what she needs is actually therapy, right? But he was like, oh, interesting. Like, he didn't recognize this. And it's like, again, men sometimes fully just think with the wrong head, right? So they're not thinking about this. They just see a pretty girl and they're like,
again, to each their own.
To each their own.
But I've made this stance clear, and I don't care the backlash I get. I will not be participating.
And that's, you know what? And that's a standard for you. We said the gym, right? And that number 16, church.
It's probably something you'd like.
Absolutely not. Oh, God, pass.
You guys would, you know what?
No.
My past lover. He'd probably love this shit. Let's just throw some shade.
I got to see how close you are to the Lord.
I got to see how, let's pray together. Some intimacy.
Absolutely not. I am a churchgoer, and I would hate if someone was like, how about you come to church with me? I'll be like, no, pass. Absolutely not.
Hey, we're going to bunch 17, 18 together.
Yeah.
And
Starbucks, coffee dates.
I have said this time after time, and we argue about this. Mm-hmm. They are terrible dates. Mm-hmm. And it has landed on this list for good reason.
I'm still open to a coffee date.
What have we learned tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is that Jackie needs to bring up her standards. If I've learned anything from this conversation, is she's willing to accept the bare minimum, and that should not be the case.
It's not accepting the bare minimum from my perspective. No, it's not. I am fine because I also think about it from my perspective. I don't know you. So do I want to sit there and spend 2 hours or 3 hours of my time at dinner with you? I have definitely been on dinner dates where they were like, I would have 100% would have taken a drink or a coffee date. Like I'm okay with that. I am.
No, because even if the dinner was bad, the date was bad, the food was good. So
see, but again, I don't care about that. I don't care about the food. I don't care about any of that.
Well, it's not just because I don't drink coffee. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I think that is extreme low effort, mass dating, not what I'm looking for. Like, if you're seriously dating and interested in me, show me effort. To me, saying meet me at the local Starbucks.
A Starbucks?
Fine. The local Pete's, the local, like, whatever little cafe down the street. I'm not doing it.
I don't.
Why is it on the list?
Because honestly, this is what kind of like irritates me sometimes, is because you have a lot of these women like dating gurus who are like, oh no, like, you're high value, blah, blah,
but
blah,
I'm
blah,
one
blah.
of them.
This is my thing. Every person has their own
But I also have to think about what I'm seeing out there, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm seeing out there, what I'm receiving. If majority of what I'm receiving is not that's set the bar of what I'm willing to accept. So like if 90% of guys that have asked me out are always drinks or dinner, that has set the tone in my life. So to me, when I see coffee dates all of a sudden, I'm like turned off.
And that's fine. That's what I'm saying. It is fine. Everyone should have their own standards. Also, there's a difference between reasonable expectation and standards. Those are two very different things, to be honest. So for me, I do have standards, right? But my expectation of thought, that's where my reasonable expectations lie. It is, for me, it's okay. And to me, it's not low value because they could also be thinking the same way. I am not a serial dater, and maybe they're not either. Maybe they are like, look, I don't have the ability to maybe do dinner, or I want to see you and I don't have the time for dinner.
Then we do lunch.
Maybe they don't have. This is what I'm saying.
So what you're saying, you want to meet me for 30 minutes? I'm also not interested. You're going to meet me on a time where there's a limit of a 30-minute window, or you're meeting me during your lunch break? Like, no, then
I mean, it's not necessarily like a lunch break.
We're not dating where it's like, oh, I only have 30 minutes, so let me come quickly see you. That's so different. First date, then pick it where you actually have time. Don't give me a first date where you have 30 minutes.
I'm not saying it's only if you have 30 minutes, but like, again,
well, you don't have time for lunch, but you have time for coffee.
There's different situations. Again, what I guess my whole point is a coffee date does not determine what this guy's character is and who he is in a dating situation. Because you can also point to, and I think we both can, we can also point to men where we have gone on a very nice dinner, it's been great, and they ghost you. Or they try to bring you back to their apartment. They're just trying to hit it. So then what the fuck does it matter if they took you on a dinner date?
Fine.
Their standards are still trash.
Fair point, but the whole experience was better that end.
But this is what I'm saying. It is not, this is where I really wish women would understand. And this is why we talk about this. We'll talk about this list. But I do not think that meeting for a drink or a coffee is not indicative of who that person is. I do not believe that.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, then that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. That's totally fine. Anyway, moving on. 19, ice cream dates. But I love ice cream.
It could be cute if I was in Italy down an alley and you took me for gelato, and we flew down to Italy for the date. Gorgeous. Then if we're flying down, that you don't have to take me to dinner. We just get the gelato.
I don't know, like grabbing like ice cream, like walking, talking, like sitting there, like just getting to know each other. I'm kind of open to it.
You should date Jackie. She's way easier to please. You guys are wasting your time with women like me.
Number 20, family functions.
That's obvious. Why would you?
By the way, that's like a love bomber. If someone's like, oh, I'd love for you to join me, or like to like where it's like a family wedding or something, like that's just like, ladies, no, pass. 21, movie night.
We know what that means.
Netflix, Hulu, that's on Netflix and chill. We know what that means, so no. 22, somewhere that requires a long drive.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. I mean, that's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. Like you taking me to Palm Springs. Like,
don't be going on any overnights or something like that. Like, that's kind of weird. Also to be like, let's go on a day trip. Like, that's not safe. Like, absolutely not.
And being in a car with a stranger. Like, this is more of a safety concern for me.
Yeah, that's a safety concern
and also kind of strange.
Yeah, and also, I'm not, even if I wasn't in the same car with you, I'm not going to drive like an hour
for a first date.
Like, I don't understand. Like, you both shouldn't be. I don't know. It's like,
it's odd.
Reasonable, right? Reasonable expectations. 23, bowling. I disagree with that.
It could be fun.
I think that could be fun. There's like a great place in LA. I think it's like one of like the oldest bowling alleys or something like that. And it looks beautiful. And they have like drinks and like.
No, it could be fun.
I think that could be really fun. Also, it's kind of fun to see how competitive someone is.
Yeah. I do think bowling is a little bit more fun as a group, though.
It is very fun as a group. I remember when we all went, and that was really fun. That was that night.
Because like it's kind of like when it's two people, I think it's like someone's always having to get up and go.
Yes.
It's always like back and forth.
So it's fun for a group. Sometimes I would say for a first date, not because it's cheap or anything like that, but because you just can't talk.
Yeah, it's like someone's always mad. It's always like, you go up, now it's my turn. And I don't know.
But I don't know. Like if you grab like a drink beforehand and dinner and then you like do something like an activity, that could be fun.
That's okay in my book.
That doesn't bother me.
Yeah, me
24, nightclubs.
Again, enough said.
Like trash. 25, hookah bar. I don't hookah, so... But also like a hookah bar sometimes is like attached to a restaurant. Like I've been to a restaurant. It was in Glendale.
Like it's a Mediterranean.
Yeah, and it was this rooftop, and there was like you could get hookah.
But I don't
at
think
your
that's
table.
what they're saying.
Yeah, I think it's like a specific hookah bar. I mean,
like let's just smoke.
I don't know.
We don't smoke.
Yeah, we don't smoke, so that would not be great for me.
No.
A bar just for drinks.
I don't get that. That's fine.
Yeah, but how is that okay in a coffee? But anyway. I think that's fine. Again, that's fine. You're talking, you're getting to know one another. Again, drinks could lead to dinner, like it's just, again, it's talking. We will talk about though.
Waffle House.
Waffle House. That's like a very Midwestern thing. I mean, we have like Roscoe Chicken and Waffles out here,
I think we do have a Waffle
which
House.
I've been to like once.
I've never
Again, it was
been.
like a 2 a.m. sitch, like after a club. But like,
Waffle House. Again, I think of the Reserve. Like, what do you do if you like plan the day at the Waffle House and it's like completely packed?
they don't take reservations.
So, what do you do?
How do you feel about takeout?
Yeah.
And then 28 sport events.
I think a
that's
sport
gonna
event
so
would be fun.
I'm sorry. If you're trying to take me to SoFi at a private suite,
I'm in.
I'm in. Yay, go sports. You
I'm
know?
in. So I would say there's like 3 of these, and I'm like, I think I would be in 4 out of the 28.
Or like a baseball game. Like
I would be
that's
down for a sporting
fun. That
event.
would be so much fun because you can kind of talk. And you know what I like though? What I like about that is I like seeing people in different environments. Right?
How angry they get.
Well, how angry they get, how competitive. If they're like a participator. So like, do they find it like stupid or can they be silly and goofy and lighthearted? Or if like, I don't know, like maybe they're like someone in front of them or behind them is rooting for the opposite team. Like, do they engage with that? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, do they care about you? Like, hey, do you want me to go run and grab you like another beer or something? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's great.
I would be down
Yeah.
for a sporting event for sure.
So we'd love to hear all of your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, that concludes our list.
Yeah, that concludes our list. But I do want to talk about the reason why we do say some of these chains, a lot of these chains, are not reasonable for a first date. And from a woman's perspective, okay, men, from a woman's perspective, Hassana mentioned, it's about effort. And it is about finding something maybe a little bit special, finding something that is maybe a little bit different. You know, it doesn't have to be, it's not a chain restaurant, right?
Yeah,
So you maybe
it could be equal in price.
Love that. Love that.
But you will get more points
Yes.
for it not being a chain.
Because the way that women think is effort. We see it from the lens of effort. So yes, it is not about the money. Say it again for the cheap seats in the back. It is not about
that you're going to use that argument.
Yes.
These girls just want our
They're
money.
just gold diggers. No, it's about effort. And like you said, that's so good. I love that you said that. It could be equal in price. It could be the same price as cheesecake. It could be the same price as Applebee's. It could be the same price as Denny's or IHOP. But when it's off the beaten path or it's an independent restaurant, there's a little bit of effort and you can make a reservation. You know, you can make a girl feel pursued and wanted and kind of desired. Effort makes us feel desired.
Yeah.
I need you men to understand that. Effort makes women feel desired. And when they feel desired, they are going to open up. They're going to, just be, they're going to be, I don't know, consider you more, right? You kind of get points. I hate to say that, but you do. So that's the thing about this list. A lot of times chains come off lazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I don't know, like whatever's right there. So It's not about the money. It really, really is not. It's not. It really comes down to safety and effort.
Yeah, safety and effort.
It really does. So men, when you see this list, no, it's not about, and like there's even in the comments, there's people that are like, oh, well, my husband and I went to Jimmy John's on our first date. And
Times are different.
Yeah. And she goes, and that's when we were college students. And that was a splurge for them, right? Like,
Times were different, but like back in the day when we were growing up, it was the norm to go to chain restaurants.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a concept to go to these other spots. Like, not that you wouldn't, but like it was a thing to do.
Right.
But times have changed a lot where now there are just so many options, social media. Like before, I feel like because there wasn't Yelp, you just didn't know about things.
Right.
We didn't have the same access we have now.
Yeah.
Now we have everything at our fingertips. So it's like, okay, type in Italian food. A gajillion restaurants come up.
You on to Yelp, right?
Yeah.
You could even literally pick the first one off of Yelp. You can do it by price. You can do it by price
Use dollar
range.
sign, whatever. But that's the difference. We didn't have the access to what we have now.
Yeah.
What we knew was what we saw in every corner.
Yeah. And again, a date is what I would love for, because our society just kind of sucks in general, but what I would love for to be brought back is kind of the date being an occasion. It is let's bring that back. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a product of classic film. So I, remember seeing all these films in the 30s and 40s and 50s and like you got dressed up, you know what I mean? And granted, the style was much more elevated back then and much more formal, where like men wore hats and stuff and same with women and gloves, but it was an occasion. It's a situation.
I haven't actually had that issue. I've had guys that have come looking nice and
No, I'm
like,
not saying they have. Oops, they have. But what I'm saying is because like you want that man who sees it as an occasion. You are taking a lady out.
Yeah.
You are taking a woman to dinner. She is blessing you. But she's giving you time and she's the pleasure of her company, right? You are taking a young lady out. That is an occasion, right? So it's like an interview, right? You don't show up in the regular duds. You show up in, your best. And it doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy a YSL suit, if you're a man or even a woman or anything, but you put on what's best and what you can
present
afford.
yourself
You
nice.
present yourself to the best of your ability. That's what effort means. It's to the best of your, it's to the best of your ability. So it's not about money. Like, I love that you said that. You can find something the same and equal in price.
Yep.
So love that. But as far as like first date kind of do's and don'ts, this list gives you the don'ts.
You have them clear.
A couple, you have them clear. I would also say for women, even men, honestly, for both, a do is have like a 2-drink minimum or maximum. Sorry, minimum.
Definitely a maximum. Because you made it when we were talking earlier, and I'm really bad at cutting it off. My mom always gets mad at me because she's like, why are you not cutting off? Because I'm someone like, but I'm having so much fun
Yes.
that I don't know how to. I get carried away. In drinks helps you get carried away because then there's a third, there's a fourth, and then everything just seems like the best shit ever at that point, and then everything's skewed.
Yes.
What did you say like when we were in the bathroom?
I said that because a lot of times, not to throw you under the bus, but I'm going to, a lot of times we talk and after your dates, you're like, oh, we had really great chemistry and we had a really great connection. And it's, no, did you just have drinks? And because it's like when women, the drunk women in the bathroom, the drunk girls bathroom thing, when we're out, literally like you could go into the women's restroom and you'll like run into girls there and you guys are all drunk. And before you know it, you've like exchanged numbers and planned a trip to Barbados. Are you guys really friends? And is this really a girl trip? No, it's not. You don't know this bozo. Like you don't know, Becky and Christy. Like you have no idea who these girls are.
Yeah.
What are you? You're drunk. You all are drunk. You do not have a friendship. You don't have a connection. These aren't your best bitches, that you're labeling on Instagram on your post. You're drunk.
Yeah.
That's what you
so
are.
So everything looks good.
So everything looks good.
I know. So I strongly, I need to enforce it myself. But I do believe that there is purpose for the 2-drink maximum.
Yes.
Maximum.
I'm
a 2-drink minimum.
2-drink minimum.
But I'm trying to become a 2-drink maximum.
Yes. Highly for both men and women, 2-drink maximum.
And then, we're just going to talk about my flaws right now. Another flaw is cutting it off at a decent hour.
Yes. Give yourself a curfew.
Because my last day, I ended up being there till almost 2 a.m. hanging out.
No.
And we don't do
Absolutely
that.
not. Absolutely not.
We do not give that much time that quickly.
No.
And again, the drinks helps you get carried away because that's that was me.
Yeah.
You need to cut it off. And having the sense to cut it off is actually, let me rephrase. You'll have the sense to cut it off by only having 2 drinks.
Exactly.
If you have more, you're going to let that thing keep running.
Yes. No one wants to stop a good time.
Yeah.
And when you're drunk, you're typically having a good
Buzz,
time.
anything.
Buzz, tipsy, drunk, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. When you're feeling good because of the alcohol, you don't want to stop feeling good. The vibes are flowing.
Yeah.
We're like, we're meshing. We got a really good connection. The vibe. No, dummy, you're drinking too much. So especially for women, I would say give yourself a curfew. Absolutely give yourself a curfew. It can be very, very tough. And I know that there are some exceptions to the rules, but again, that's a random exception. Don't start going off of like, oh, well, my friend's cousin's sister, they stayed out till 4 a.m. and they got married, 6 months later. It's like, again, that's an exception, not the rule. You are the rule. Okay. We've always said this on the pod. You are the rule. So 100%. 2-drink maximum helps you enforce.
Yeah.
Number 3, the curfew. Give yourself a curfew.
And then where my biggest pet peeve is, which I don't understand with men, is that men will leave the date having you think that they're having the time of their life and that they can't wait to see you again and try to plan all these things. And then sometimes you never hear from them again. And I just don't understand that because it's like, I didn't ask. The women, we don't ask. Maybe sometimes they do. Maybe some women are like, when am I going to see you again?
Yeah.
But I if you're not wanting to come through with it, I feel like men need to stop leaving this chain of hope of like saying like, oh, like I can't wait to see you again. All of these things when you have no intention of doing it.
Yes. So number 4 would be don't always believe the I would love to see you again.
Yep.
So
actions, not words.
Exactly. Actions matching words.
And
right?
we're going to circle back to you. And if they, Jackie's evolved, but if they don't reach out, we don't reach out.
Yes. Okay. So I asked a guy friend of mine, and I said, hey, why would a guy say that? Why would a guy say, maybe even multiple times, or at the end of the day, walked her to her car, because this happened to Sana recently. And I said, why would a guy say, I want to see you again. I'm going to see you Sunday. Like actually gave a day. Like I can't wait to see you. I want to see you. And he said he's leaving his options open. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, but wouldn't you just say that? Like if you were sincere? And he was like, no. He's like, he's keeping his options open because if he does, want to see you again, he's already told you, so he's cool. And if he doesn't see you, oh well. He's gonna have a better shot of seeing you again if he's told you that. So don't always believe. I'm not saying to be a cynic and I'm not saying to be pessimistic about it.
Go by actions.
But go by actions. This is also another kind of way to test. Does his words match his actions?
Yeah.
Is there follow through? Is there someone who, hey, reaches out again when he said he would, or reaches out to plan that second date?
And don't chase it. I do not do that.
Don't.
I do not chase it.
I
do not ask when am I going to see you again. I don't ask for plans, and I do not reach out.
Do not reach out
in the
ladies.
beginning. You do not. They let them come to you.
Absolutely. I recently had this conversation with my therapist, and because I told her about the dummy. And not myself, but the other guy that ghosted me, that I did not reach out prior I had, but this time I didn't. And basically we got down to not only about disqualifying people, but she also led me down the path to understand and realize that when you are asking why, because that's always where we go. And
like, why didn't you end up reaching out?
So why did you ghost me?
Why did you say you were going to do it?
Why did you say you were going to do it? Why did you stop responding to me? Why even set it up? Why say that you regret, not meeting me in the first place? All these things. And what she made me understand and realize that really what I'm asking, what I'm really asking is, why am I not good enough? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking not because I told her, I was like, well, maybe because I am a white person and I really do want to understand. She was like, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
And she said, it's part of control, but what you're trying to control is their perspective of you. And you're also trying to control the outcome. And again, I'm asking, why am I not worth it? And then one step past that, I'm asking, why am I not worth it? And what can I do to make me worth it?
Yep.
So I would really just encourage anybody, this mostly falls towards women, that if they do ghost you, it's shitty. It's super shitty behavior. So they're disqualified, right? Use that as a disqualifier. You're out. You're done. Again, you're in the trash. But second, do not go down the road of the why. If you're asking why, you are asking, why am I not worth it?
Yeah, you let it be, you move forward, because there's going to be other men out there, a man out there that's not going to do that. And I know it's hard to see in the moment. For all of us it is. Yeah. But you just got to move forward. Don't let it bother you. Well, brush it off.
Brush it off. Well, again, easier said than done because some of us are not like that, Sana. But I would encourage you to remember, and sometimes you do have to have these conversations with yourself, this is an indicator of their character. This is an indicator of who they are as a person. This is not reflective of you, even though that's what we always do as women. We immediately, again, because what I'm asking for the why.
And I'm going to give you the best example of this is the fact that it's been so many years and the guy that ghosted her is still on the apps. These guys are not looking, that act like this, behave in this light, are not looking for serious.
No, they're looking for their own validation.
They're looking for their own validation. That's why years later you come back on the apps and they're still there. And I've argued this before. It's much easier for a man to, this day and age, it's much easier for a ready man to find a ready woman than a ready woman to find a ready man. So when I see a guy in his late 30s, I'm like, you're single because you want to be.
There's a reason. Sana has always said this, and in the past, I've disagreed with her, and I've argued with her, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I have changed my opinion. I've changed my stance. There's always a reason.
And my brother told me this too. I've always known this. My brother told me this too because it's like there are so many women ready to settle down.
Yes.
Viable options, great women. I know men are going to argue and say there aren't, but there are. I have seen the other side of Hinge. I have seen the women on Hinge.
Yes.
Amazing.
We're not saying that there aren't women that are crazy,
aren't,
but there are way more of an option to pull from. Yes, there's
versus
way more.
Us women do not have as large of a pool of serious men.
Totally.
So when I see a guy that is in his late 30s and like on these apps and all that, or I mean, my biggest pet peeve is when I see the figure out my dating goals. I'm like, you're 39. What do you mean figuring out my dating goals?
Yes, I've run into that on Hinge.
But
what does that mean?
It's not you, it's them.
Yes.
So don't take it personally.
Yes, don't take it personally. Maybe do more research about that. Like if you really are trying to figure out the why, like it's hard to not be able to brush off when you do have like some daddy issues. I know we like joke about that as a society, but like when you are like wounded like that, which like that's what I'm dealing with or have dealt with, you are trying to find approval. You are trying to find validation. So and then it also can maybe even lead you down the path of maybe exploring like, am I dating for validation or am I actually dating to find a partner and to find, what a marriage or, whatever it is. So yeah, that's our little kind of list of do's and don'ts for a first date. We'd love to hear some of yours. If you have anything to add, if you want to debate, this list, we're ready.
Let us know.
We'd love to hear. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's some good do's and don'ts,
I
agree. Curfew, 2-drink maximum.
Yeah, we got it right this time. Maximum.
Not minimum. Effort, and then don't ask the why and don't chase.
Yeah.
It's use it as a disqualifier,
Actions
ladies.
over words, ladies. We know that.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your week.
Yes. We'll be back soon. We promise. We're not gonna ghost. Bye, gang.
Bye.
See you next time.